It's a company that processes 7 million transactions a year without paper. NIPR is setting standards for success. NIPR has a unique mission in the insurance industry. From its offices in the Show Me state of Missouri, the National Insurance Producer Registry works to make the producer licensing process more streamlined, uniform, and cost-effective for the insurance industry, its regulators, and ultimately for customers.
Well, NIPR was originated in 1996. The life insurance industry was really looking for a place where they could come, where the data would all be together in one place. So the initial focus of NIPR was to develop a national database that had the data from all the states in it.
NIPR is a nonprofit affiliate of the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, or NAIC. NIPR manages NAIC's massive database containing 4.5 million entities. But early on, some saw the potential for something more useful than just a database.
About 2000, we got involved with doing appointments and terminations and then doing licensing, because as the regulators began to look at it and say, well, what more can NIPR do? They wanted to be able to have one place where producers could come and they could be licensed.
Now, NIPR processes about 1 million producer license transactions per year, and does it electronically.
NIPR provides a way to communicate for industry, to communicate between themselves and the states. We are electronic means of processing different types of transactions.
We're able to have access to all of the data that allows us to execute state rules. And through the execution of the state rules, we're able to offer unique product lines to the customers for licensing and appointments.
So we verified that the producer that's being hired is licensed and in good standing in his home state, and if there are regulatory actions, that's reported to the state. So that's unique. There's no other place that you can come to and get that same service.
It's a far cry from the way things used to be. The insurance industry has been traditionally paper-intensive, and regulation only added to the already heavy burden.
You know, we've heard stories of carriers that have had entire rooms dedicated to file cabinets, you know, to meet the regulatory requirements. Different states used to have different colors of paper that they had to file forms on, and if you didn't file it on the correct color paper, it would be returned to the carriers.
We had a conference here in Kansas City, and the insurance industry came, one insurance company came and brought all the boxes that they had in their offices where they held the paper for appointments and terminations. And they said they had a huge amount of staff that did nothing but sort paper all the time.
Today, the massive paper piles are largely a thing of the past.
NIPR basically takes paper processes that the state insurance departments have, and we've made them electronic, which ultimately benefits industry as well as the state insurance departments by freeing up resources.
The electronic technology NIPR uses is called XML, or Extensible Markup Language. Just about every corner of the insurance industry now employs XML messaging. However, there are often small differences in the way the electronic messages are formed that can create communication difficulties.
Well, customers would come to us and find out that we had our own proprietary XML, and that might not fit within their system and would require a lot of IT resources for them to adapt their systems to interface with ours.
It's a common problem in the insurance industry. Development of proprietary data systems often prevents information from easily being shared with partners.
The companies have to learn the state's business rules. They have to program around those business rules. They have to build messages that can change pretty much at any time. They also have to keep up with whatever new messages we come up with.
If we could standardize that, it would help us internally provide a better product, and it would also help our customers because we'd be giving them something they were already familiar with.
As it turned out, a broadly accepted standard for formatting XML messages wasn't hard for NIPR to find.
We saw the opportunity to work with ACORD after attending the ACORD Loma conference. We had numerous attendees come up and ask how we use the ACORD standards, and we didn't.
NIPR started looking at ACORD as an option to basically lower our maintenance but increase our productivity. One of the things we're trying to accomplish is to work smarter, not harder.
For more than 40 years, ACORD's mission has been to help the insurance industry work smarter through the use of standards.
My technical team felt like ACORD provided an opportunity for us. And so they came to me and said, we really think we need to get involved with ACORD.
The standards enable NIPR to speak the same language as its industry partners. The organization chose to begin implementation with its licensing and appointment transactions.
We decided to start with those first because they're critical to our mission of supplying state support, regulatory support for all of industry.
A big part of the process for NIPR has been its involvement with an ACORD working group.
We have just formed the NIPR ACORD working group, which is looking at NIPR's proprietary transactions and looking at the AML library and trying to mesh the two together.
In the working group, ACORD members familiar with AML, the ACORD messaging library, help support NIPR. It's another valuable benefit of ACORD membership.
Since they have familiarity with ACORD, they are able to give us insight or say, hey, look at this message here, or the life implementation has this message, maybe we should use that. And that knowledge jumpstarts the initiatives instead of trying to relearn. It's more of a, we've accomplished some of this, reuse it.
ACORD implementation will also allow NIPR to create new products as it moves toward its ultimate goal.
As we develop new products and new initiatives, we hope to incorporate these standards from the beginning to make transferring information to state insurance departments easier and faster and more efficient for carriers.
The vision for NIPR is to be the one-stop shopping facility for all electronic producer licensing transactions. That's been articulated by the board. They have maintained that as the vision.
And as NIPR builds toward that vision, ACORD standards are helping to provide the foundation.